It is 12 noon. Welcome back into Three-Man Front. Appreciate everybody tuning us in. We've already had a couple of Iron Bowl predictions today by some of our guests. We had Jason Caldwell on. Did he say Auburn to win, but he said close game, right? Did he give us a score? I can't remember if he did or not.
Jason Caldwell, he said he said it was going to be like a 24-20, 27-23, like he kind of gave those.
Okay.
Rob went with his heart.
Yeah, Rob Pate just
31-30.
He says 31-30. So joining us now on the Higginbotham Hotline as we have wall-to-wall Iron Bowl coverage this week, Rodney Orr from Tye Richardson. He joins us from Tuscaloosa. Rodney, I hope you're doing well on this Tuesday.
Doing well, guys. How about the both of you?
We're doing great, and we've actually drug Conrad out here to the restaurant with us today. Yeah.
I'm wearing my sandals, Rodney. You'd be proud.
Yeah, he's wearing his goofy sandals, and it's pouring down rain. I know. It's just crazy. All right, so let's talk about did we learn anything at all, Rodney, from the Eastern Illinois game, besides the fact that a couple of important players did not play because of injuries? Did we learn anything from that game?
Probably not. Again, it was good to see the defense come out and play the way they did. I mean, obviously they held Eastern Illinois to 34 yards, which was pretty phenomenal, no matter really who you're playing against. So I thought that was really good. They've done a great job the last 3 weeks, with LSU and Oklahoma and then Eastern Illinois in terms of the yardage that they've given up. And so Alabama defensively is playing really, really well. And, they just played so many guys. And I thought that was, if you want to say, did we learn something? I'm not sure that we necessarily learned something, but I do think that we saw a lot of the young talent that Kalen DeBoer and his staff have brought in here with those 2 young quarterbacks, Austin Mack, Keelan Russell. I mean, we know about some of the other guys like Tyre Brooks, Dejon Lee, those guys, but, we saw Caleb Edwards, who's played a lot this year, Marshall Pritchett. I think that, when you look at the young guys that he brought in that got to play in this game, I thought it was something that was really encouraging.
Rodney, how much does Josh Cuevas and the injury and how much it could limit him, how much of an effect do you think that has in this particular game against this Auburn defense?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know exactly what his status is. I guess we'll find out more. The people I have spoken with had thought, at least initially, that he probably would not be ready for this game. So I would say doubtful, questionable, doubtful, just my speculation. And I think it's obviously, he's a playmaker. He's a guy that here in the last several games before he went down with the injury, he was one of Ty's top targets. I mean, he made a lot of plays. He's a guy that finds ways to get open. He catches the ball consistently. He's a leader on this football team. There's no doubt about that. I think it's a really big loss. But, again, I will say this too. I think that when you look at Caleb Edwards, he's a young player. I mean, obviously he's not nearly ready in terms of if you compare him to what Josh Cuevas can do. But talent-wise, I mean, he's extremely talented. Marshall Pritchett's talented. I know that Jay Lindsey, DeBoer was really happy with the physical presence that he gave them in the blocking, in terms of lining up, blocking in the run game. So, but it's certainly a big loss.
All right, Rodney, well, we're talking about some guys that are a little banged up. What can you tell us? Parker Brailsford and Jeremy Bernard, they both were held out of the game Saturday against Eastern Illinois. What is those guys' status heading in to the Iron Bowl? Obviously, Jeremy been Alabama's best receiver this year, and Parker Brailsford a big part of that offensive line and what they do on offense.
Initially, I was told that both of them, if it would have been Auburn last week, that they could have probably played. Now, again, I don't know that that's 100% true. I think Bernard probably, from my understanding, should be ready to go. I'm not really 100% sure on Brailsford right now. Hopefully he can go. But again, you almost have to have him because what he means up front, is the center, the leader of that offensive line. And, hopefully he'll be ready to go.
Rodney Orr joins us from Tye Richardson as we're previewing the Iron Bowl. When you look at this Auburn football team, they look quite different than what they did before they fired Hugh Freeze. When you look at them, and I know you don't cover them on a daily basis, but when you have had an opportunity to see them over the last couple of weeks, what is the area of concern that should keep Kalen DeBoer up at night worrying about this Auburn Tiger football team?
Well, I think what we saw from Deuce Knight the other day should keep everybody up And when you look to the future, I mean, wow, what a performance! What an opening performance he had. Pretty phenomenal. And again, I understand it's against Mercer. They're pretty good on their level. But for a young freshman in his first start, he was very impressive. I don't know what role he'll play in this game, if any. But no, as far as Kalen DeBoer in this game, I mean, I really, as I look at Alabama, I think turnovers. You got to you can't turn the ball over down there. Alabama has turned the ball over. Well, let's see. The first 4 games, Alabama went through those games without a turnover. In the last 7 games, they've turned it over 11 times. And I know that Tye in this last game snapped a 5-game fumble streak, and he's thrown 4 interceptions since the Georgia game. So he's got 9 turnovers in those games. He's going to have to protect the football. He's going to really have to protect the football in the pocket when he gets hit because, again, he went 5 straight games turning it over there. So, to me, the one thing, this crowd's going to be in a frenzy anyway. It's going to be a buzz. You know that. You've got to try to take them out of it a little bit, somewhat like Alabama did in the Georgia game. I think Alabama needs to be aggressive initially, like they were with Georgia, get Tye some confidence, hit some quick early throws, build some rhythm, because that rhythm's been missing in the passing game. And, I think you have to take it from there. But I just really think that one of the big keys is going to be Alabama can't turn the ball over.
If there's one thing that Kane Womack and the defensive staff of the Tide need to take away, try to take away, minimize, that Auburn does well offensively, who is it or what is it?
I would just say, look, if you can make them one-dimensional, can you slow down their run game, stop their run game, force the quarterback to throw the football? That would be me. So in that regard, that's pretty much the way I would approach it. And if they can do that, then I think they're going to be, in a great position. I think first down is going to be really important. If you can limit Auburn on first down, get them in second, third, and long, that's going to be really important because I think Kane Womack can do a bunch of different things if you can manage that. So the key to me is try to make sure Auburn, make them one-dimensional, take the run game away, and force them to try to throw it.
Rodney, I wanted to go back to Tye Simpson here for a second because I know you were just talking about the turnovers and 7 straight games now with a turnover for Tye. You mentioned the interceptions, had a couple of those last week. Just from your assessment, you watching the games, you talking to people around the program, what has it been with Tye? Because it feels like these last 3 or 4 games he's just kind of been off a little bit. Is it maybe he's lost a little bit of confidence? Is it something with maybe trust on certain guys on the offensive side of the ball? What if you could pinpoint or try to pinpoint what has been that issue with Tye, and is it something that you think can be corrected before the Iron Bowl on Saturday?
Yeah, it's probably, like you said, a combination of things. I do think that he's been a little banged up since the Missouri game, and I talked to a former NFL quarterback about that here last day or two, and he said watching Tye's motion, the way he throws the ball, he doesn't see anything where he's hampered by these injuries that he has. And it comes down to mostly he's holding the ball a lot. He's been indecisive, and that's kind of a sign of a lack of confidence or has lost some confidence. He's playing at such a high level earlier. But he had some opportunities, especially you can go back to the start of the Oklahoma game in that first series. He had some check downs, and they were open. They were open for 6, 7, 8-yard gains if he'd have just taken them, and he didn't. So I think that's one thing that he really has to kind of focus on, He has to make those reads, make it quick, be decisive, deliver the ball accurately. And, I do think that Tye, frankly, and we've talked about this before, I think Tye is really extraordinarily talented, but the one thing is I think sometimes, he really doesn't manage his emotions from play to play, really well or as well as he should. And I think he carries a bad play with him for a while. So I think, he just needs to relax and, play with that confidence and get the ball in his playmaker's hands.
Rodney, I know you're taping your TV show or doing your TV show tonight, correct?
Right, live, at 6:30.
Okay, and so you will not have a prediction until tonight. So I'm not going to ask you for your prediction on air because I know you want to do that on your TV show. But in regards to just how the game, do you anticipate this being a close-knit affair one way or another inside that number? of 5.5 to 6, or you think one team will be able to take care of business?
Well, first of all, I think that this game is always, to me, I know they say the best team in this series generally wins, and that probably is the history for sure. But it's also can be very unpredictable. And I know that Auburn has been playing better offensively in the last couple of games. We know that they have been very good defensively throughout this year. Now think about this. Alabama has gone on the road 3 times in the SEC and won. I think all 3 of those have been one-score games.
Yep.
Auburn has lost 5 one-score games. So if it played out that way, Alabama's been better in one-score games than Auburn has this year. So if it's really close, you would say, okay, Alabama has the edge. And I don't think Auburn's won at home. I think they only they haven't won an SEC game. They won a road game at Arkansas.
Yep.
So, but again, this is really unpredictable. This game can be really unpredictable. I'm going with Alabama. I'll have my score tonight, like you said, but I would favor Alabama slightly. I'm not sure that point spread's that far off.
Oh, you're right. Before we let you go, I do have a recruiting question for you because yesterday Alabama got a decommitment from a 4-star offensive lineman. What can you tell us about Sam Utu and what happened there?
Yeah, it's a good question. I know that SMU's been in there really hard, and listen, SMU's throwing out some really nice NIL offers, and maybe that was a big part of it. I'm not 100% sure on the specifics of what that would be, but my understanding is that could be something that certainly swayed his decision. It's a really good player, that was probably Alabama's highest rated offensive line recruit in this class. But talking to some other people, they're really high on the other guys that they have. Chris Booker, Jared Dowdy, and especially Bear Fretwell out of Georgia. So I think they've got 3 really good ones, and I'd be surprised if maybe they don't nab another one.
That is Rodney Orr. You can watch his TV show tonight there in Tuscaloosa at 6:30. Always a fun watch. He will give his score prediction tonight for the Iron Bowl. Rodney, hope you and your family have a wonderful Thanksgiving, and we look forward to a very good game on Saturday, and we'll catch up with you next week.
Thanks, Rodney.
Okay, guys. Happy Thanksgiving to all of you.
Thank you so much. That's Rodney Orr joining us on the Higginbotham Hotline. Higginbotham is your one-source solution for insurance, financial, and HR services.
Well, we're a couple of days away from Thanksgiving, a few weeks away from the Christmas holidays, but why not get into Mandu right now? Whether it's after you overindulge on Thursday, and let's be honest, the day after, and probably through the weekend because we got college football, why not get into Mandu? Mandu is an effective and affordable way to get to feeling the way that you want to feel, whether you're trying to build muscle in your arms, your chest, maybe in your shoulders, your legs, your glutes. They can do it. Got specialized training, but it's all FDA approved. And what is revolutionary about Mandu? It's electrical muscle stimulation fitness. That means people that are really, really smart came up with this technology in an effective and efficient way for you to get results. I've gotten results. So many other Jocks listeners that have tried Mandu have gotten results. A 15-minute workout that they put you through, it's the equivalent to 6 hours in a gym. You can't beat that. Take me up on the offer. Your first visit is free. They'll put you through the workout. Location here in Birmingham and downtown Homewood, but also up in Huntsville. MANDUU.com. You mentioned Jocks, 10% off your membership, 15% off if you're a student when you mention Jocks. Great gift idea, not only to give yourself, but maybe someone close to you. Mandu in downtown Homewood. MANDUU.com. Tell Paul and the gang that Landrum from Jocks sent you.
Still have an opportunity to come hang out with us until 2 o'clock. We have a couple of seats remaining open here on the Taco Terrace, so come on by and enjoy some great sports talk and wonderful food here at Social Taco on Jocks. It is 12:18 coming up in about 12 minutes from now. We'll go to the wonderful state of Arkansas, and we'll get the very latest on what's going on with the Arkansas Razorback coaching search as their athletic director continues to fly back and forth to Grapevine Falls, Texas for the College Football Playoff Committee, in which you will see him tonight on television as opposed to getting himself a new football coach there at Arkansas.
Well, a great place that you can check out all the college football action this weekend is at Big Whiskey's because they have a great menu. They've got apps, salads, burgers, and steaks. They also have plenty of screens that you can catch all the games all weekend long, Friday night or Saturday. Also, the kitchen is open late. Plus, with the holidays, you're probably really busy this time of year, so let Big Whiskey's do the work with their online ordering and curbside pickup for those busy evenings that you might have. And their outdoor patio and green space with games is great for families. So go see them in the Stadium Trace Village off 459.
So Auburn wins last night in basketball over Oregon. They play Michigan tonight, 7:30 tip-off. Bama, meanwhile, they lose to Gonzaga. They got UNLV tonight. Meanwhile, the Blazers, they're down in Jacksonville, Florida. They win yesterday against Southern Illinois, the Salukis. They take on UTEP coming up in about 2 hours from now.
The Salukis? What is a Saluki?
A Saluki is a dog. It's an Egyptian dog.
You should know it with Pharaoh.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm going to want one of these dogs after I look it up. I didn't know that. Okay, Saluki.
Yep.
You learn something new every day?
Sure is. Carbondale, Illinois.
Never mind.
Those the home of Southern
I was thinking
Illinois
of something
University.
different. I had the wrong Saluki.
Yeah, those are.
I knew it was a dog.
It is a dog.
It's an Egyptian dog.
It's an interesting looking dog.
It's a dog that can squeeze through tight spaces.
Yes, very narrow.
Yep.
Okay.
Was Zerbiak? No, that was Miami of Ohio. Who was the guy that played
for Southern Illinois? I don't know. Do not know.
What's up with teams from Alabama playing all these directional Illinois schools? Are we all scared of Burt Bielema? We don't want to take on the Illini?
Are we going to adopt the Bulls and the Bears?
Oh, maybe so. I guess we have to.
Bears are playing pretty good.
Blackhawks?
Yeah, they actually are quite well. Yes, Blackhawks are good.
The Sky?
The Sky.
I don't know. Is that a team? Chicago Sky?
Yeah, that's Angel Reese.
Oh, it is?
Yeah.
Come on,
That's your team.
Landrum acting like he doesn't know.
I know one team, and it starts with Indiana, and it ends with Fever.
Did you have flashbacks to Texas A&M Alabama last night when Bryce Young throws the interception from the 2-yard line?
Oh,
like
that
interception!
Oh, that was absolutely disgusting. How do you go? The guy throws for 450 yards and 3 touchdowns last week. Yesterday, he looked like he had never stepped foot on a football field before.
Threw for 169. And what? Purdy throws 3 interceptions in
the first half. Bryce had 2. Granted, one of them was not necessarily his fault, but yeah, it was a gross night for quarterback play last night on Monday Night Football.
Yeah, that was not good. 1-800-239-WJO. Let's grab some calls we can. Let's go to Big Dog. Wants to talk a little bit about the Iron Bowl. Hey, Big Dog.
Pat, how you doing?
Good, man. How are you?
I'm good. I don't know if you remember, but I called last Wednesday, and I drive these big trucks, so I don't know if y'all confirmed when I asked you the question about Auburn. When's the last time an Auburn team that came into the Iron Bowl?
All of my research shows that you are absolutely 100% correct.
And by the way, tell Conrad, Alabama just played the Illini in basketball and won.
Yeah, don't you not remember that, Conrad?
That's true. I was talking about in football, but yes.
Yeah,
You're right. You're right. You're right.
Well, Pat, I got another stat for you because, once again, I know you love stats.
I love them.
Numbers. I got another one for you. And, Conrad, you might get a little excited once you listen to this one.
Oh, I'm ready for it.
Pat, do you not know, Conrad, the only team Auburn has beaten this year with more than 5 wins is the team that just played, which is Mercer.
You know what? I
hadn't thought about that.
No, because
Baylor's on 5, right? Arkansas, they're not anywhere close to that. They're on 2.
Nope.
Yeah, Ball State's definitely not at 5 wins.
No.
Nope.
That's a good point. Yeah, I hadn't thought about that.
Yeah, that is a good one.
How many wins does Kentucky have? Does Kentucky have more than 5? I don't think
They got 5.
Okay.
They're
yeah,
I believe they're 5 and 6.
And that was a loss.
I looked that up, and I was like, wow, this is the first team Auburn has beaten with a winning record.
So let me ask you this, Big Dog. What do you
Yes,
think
sir.
this Saturday? Do you think Alabama gets out of there with a W and heads to the SEC championship game, or is it going to be one of those disappointing losses on the Plains?
Of course, Pat, I'm a big Alabama fan, but sadly enough, I am currently up in the air about this football game Saturday.
Okay, fair enough.
I know one thing. I wouldn't want to leave it to the kicking game.
No, that's not ideal.
I wouldn't want to leave it up to coming down to kicking a field goal. Any 3rd and 1, 4th and 1, I would try to find a way to put Caden Proctor in and run him. And if he can't get a freaking yard, I mean, my God, I'm not kicking a field goal. I mean, if the guy can't kick at home, guys. We're talking about missing a field goal against Eastern Illinois. Are you kidding? A 28-yard field at home. So
yeah.
You think he's going to make a kick? You think he's going to make a kick down in Jordan Harris? I'm sorry. I can't kick a field goal. I'm sorry. I can't. I mean, you might as well just go for it because that guy, I can't. This game can't come down to a field goal.
That might be the one thing that could make me cry on Saturday is if Alabama somehow won on a walk-off field goal by Connor Talty, because it would be the most unbelievable outcome for that game. That actually might be the thing that could bring me to tears.
I agree. Hey Pat, I got one more thing before I let you guys go. Can I bring this little quick thing up? It won't take a couple minutes. Can I bring something up that has been burning for me to call in and talk about real quick?
Sure, absolutely.
Okay. Now, once again, I'm a big Alabama fan, and I'm going to try to talk as fast as possible. I'm a big Bama fan, okay? And I never in my life thought I would dislike a person that played for Alabama. Now, I know he works with y'all, but Greg McElroy, I cannot stand this guy.
Why?
I mean, let me tell you. And it could be just me, but he made a statement, and what I want to talk to you about real quick is it's not really about Greg McElroy, but he made a comment maybe a couple weeks ago on that show with him and Cole, and I want you guys to try to convince me, to tell me. I don't know what people think. He said that he thought that Brian Kelly was a Hall of Fame football coach. Now, when we put Hall of Fame in front of great football coaches' names, that usually requires at least one national championship. Am I correct or am I wrong?
They've kind of lowered the bar on that recently. More of a longevity thing of winning. And now I understand where you're coming from. Listen, if I was voting for that would be one of my criteria. But then again, you got someone like Ed Orgeron won a national championship, and Les Miles won a national championship, and I'm sure they're going to be put in some Hall of Fame one day.
I mean, Pat, you can call me crazy as you want, but right now I take Ed Orgeron over Brian Kelly. I'm sorry.
Would you say that Mark Richt is a Hall of Fame coach?
No.
To me. Okay, we'll say that and me and you can disagree there, Big Dog. I think Mark Richt is a Hall of Fame coach.
See, I do too.
You want to know?
You get hung up on the championships, and I understand it from that angle,
right?
But I don't make that's the number one criteria where you've won a national title.
So right now with the wins that he has, I guess the amount of wins that he has, you think, Pat, you think that Brian Kelly is a Hall of Fame coach?
What Hall of Fame are we talking about? We talking about like a Mount Rushmore? Or
if we're talking about
the College Football Hall of Fame, yeah.
I'm talking about college football's top 4 coaches, top 5 coaches.
Well, if you're talking about top 5,
we're talking about Paul Bear Bryant. We're talking about Nick Saban.
Oh, okay.
Oh yeah, no, he's not one of the 5 great. No,
not at all.
No.
But I don't think that's what Greg was implying. I didn't hear it.
Well, like I said, you know, I'm with giving Greg the benefit of the doubt. Greg knows a lot. I mean, like I said, I'm not going to just come on here and dog Greg McElroy. I'll put it like this: it's a lot of things that me and Greg McElroy disagree on, as far as some of the comments that he makes.
Big Dog, you want to know who has – so Brian Kelly has 292 career wins in college football. Do you want to know which other coach has exactly 292 wins in college football?
Probably
Nick Saban.
none. Oh, well,
Brian Kelly and Nick Saban have the exact same number of career wins in college football. Now, I get it. The titles are a lot different, but, I mean, he has top 15 in most wins all time of college football coaches. That's pretty good.
Where do you consider Dabo?
I would take Dabo over Brian Kelly any day of the week because of the 2 national championships.
Yes, yeah, I agree with that 100%.
I mean, what I'm saying is this guy. I think a lot of it too, guys, and I'm gonna hang up and let you guys go. But I think a lot of it is the way that Brian Kelly talks and carries himself. I mean, he's very arrogant to me for a coach that has never won anything. I mean, never won a national championship. I mean, this guy plays Alabama in the national championship game when they had, Manti Te'o and a fake girlfriend, and they get they get dog walks. And then he plays Alabama again a few years later in the CLP, and they get bowl raced again. And then he beat Alabama in the overtime, and they make it to the SEC championship game this first year, and they get they give up 100 to Georgia in the championship.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just the way that he talks. And he comes out like this year. He comes out, talks, about how much money they put into the team and how good they're going to be. And they beat Clemson the first game. We're like, hey, okay, well, this might be LSU's year. Same Garrett Nussmeier, quarterback from last year. I mean, it's just like I said, to me, I think it's because Brian Kelly did a lot of talking, and he just didn't pan out with LSU. But once again, man, I appreciate you guys. I love you guys' show.
Thank you, Big Dog. Hey, have a wonderful Thanksgiving, and hope to talk to you again soon.
You guys, too. Thank you, man.
Thank you so much. Big Dog giving us a call at 1-800-239-WJOX. When we come back, we'll get the very latest on the Arkansas coach search. Some interesting names from the group of 5 are popping up for that job. All that straight ahead on 3-Man Front. It is 12:34 on Jocks. Tonight we will see the athletics director for the University of Arkansas on our television as he will bemoan Alabama's lack of a running game and probably dropping Alabama to what, maybe barely top 25?
That seems like it. Right on the fringe.
After a terrible showing against Eastern Illinois where they racked up 249 yards of rushing.
That's right. But they still have a very appealing potential loss to Texas A&M in the SEC championship game that could really boost their resume.
Yes. So I'm sure Hunter Yurachek will educate us all on what teams need to do to get better for the college football playoff, just like we should probably send him a note how to go hire a football coach at Arkansas. Joining us now from the state of Arkansas, where I understand that he is deep in the bowels of his basement right now on some message boards trying to find a coach for Arkansas. Tye Richardson joins us now on Three Man Front. Hey, Tye.
Hey, Tye.
Brother Pat, Brother Conrad, what's going on, guys?
We're just enjoying some Mexican food at Social Taco.
My day's a whole lot better now, Tye.
Got it kind of chilling out. But all kidding aside, I want to ask you, on your radio show, when Hunter Yurachek took on this added responsibility, did anybody in the state, stand up and go, time out, Hunter, did you forget, we need to go hire a football coach? This football program is, basically on life support. Anybody raise question to that?
Pat, the optics didn't look good from a fan perspective. Now, you could argue he's going to be closely connected with some of the movers and shakers within college football. Still the biggest one resides in Memphis, Tennessee, and that's Jimmy Sexton. But, yeah, fans were not happy about that. I don't know if there was anyone more nervous than his and that's not the first time he's been on TV, but especially that last question, he was sweating bullets. Not to say that my debut on ESPN I'd be doing the same thing, but man, he definitely looked nervous up there.
Yeah, I think tonight will be interesting because, like you said, right, it's a unique situation for him, and I'm sure it's very difficult. So I think a lot of us are like, all right, we'll give him a pass for last week, but we need to see a more prepared Hunter Yurachek tonight. I did want to ask, and I know he's not the one single-handedly coming up with these evaluations, but he is the talking head, so he's going to get a lot of the blowback. I'm just kind of curious, Tye, your thoughts on the metrics and the way the playoff committee is working this year, because the prevailing sentiment after last week appears to be, who'd you lose to? Did you lose to a ranked team? If you did, you're good. It doesn't matter if you have great wins. If you lost to an unranked team, you're going to be heavily criticized. What do you think about that kind of mindset from the committee this year?
Well, I know you're mad about Alabama dropping as far as they did. You should be. That was atrocious. That team beat, 4 straight top 25 opponents, and then they lose a 2-point game to Oklahoma and drop 6 spots. I mean, it doesn't make any sense. And, yeah, that Florida State loss at the beginning of the season looks worse and worse by the week. But Bama has no business dropping as far as they did. And to your point, Conrad, it's you should be judged by both, but it seems like it's being more weighted based on the teams you lost to. In my opinion, there should be more of a weight on the great teams you beat rather than the bad teams you lost to. The SEC, while Arkansas is abysmal, has given some teams some trouble. Mississippi State, not great. Same with that. Kentucky, same with that. Ask Texas. So it's just really difficult for me to understand why the metrics and the evaluation changes year after year. There is no locked-in formula. This is what guarantees your spot in the playoff. It just seems like the committee has a different verification process year in, year out.
All right, so let's talk about the coaching search at Arkansas. Arkansas was really the first one to get on the board in regards to firing Sam Pittman and saying, okay, we're open for business. Are we close to getting any type of clarity, Tye, maybe over the next couple of days, where this search currently is? When do you anticipate the naming of a coach? Give us some names. Tell us what you hear.
Well, Pete Thamel kind of made Arkansas fans and the national college football world think it might come to a conclusion by the end of this weekend. And, guys, we're sitting here Tuesday at 12:40, and it still hadn't happened. I know Ken Womack of interest with being the Arkansas Ties, Fayetteville Purple Dog, former Arkansas fullback, I think tight end as well. I know he got asked about that yesterday. That's one I like, because you look at what's gone on with defensive coaches lately, and Venables and Lee, Kirby Smart's done it for years now. I mean, it's worked. Now there's the offensive gurus too, like Heupel and some of the others, but I wouldn't hate that hire. The other names, I mean, people are saying Matt Campbell. People are saying they have chances at guys I'm not even going to list because I just don't think it's a possibility. But Womack is the most interesting name, being that he's obviously the defensive coordinator of the Crimson Tide. And what would that look like if if they were to win against Auburn and potentially playing an SEC champion, there's just so many variables that are about to shake out, not just here in Fayetteville, but in Auburn and Gainesville and various other places as well.
Who is that name, Ty, that would underwhelm the Arkansas fan base? Because I feel like we've seen a lot of names, but is there one that Hunter Yurachek could roll out at that introductory press conference where Arkansas fans are just not enthused?
Man, so Lander, I think that they're like the Cal hire, for example, basketball. Everyone, probably 95% fans were like, let's do this. Hall of Fame coach, national champion, let's go, all these draft picks. But it's so split because the names that have been tossed out there as potential candidates, which I don't know if they're true or not, they're underwhelming for what Arkansas fans evaluate their program as, which in my best estimation is 16 out of 16. When you haven't won a conference game, you lost to Mississippi State, Kentucky's won, Vanderbilt's where they are right now, you're 16 out of 16. So I just think whoever Hunter Yurachek spots out there, like you said, Lander, it's not going to get the full consensus or even 75% plus from this fan base. But hey, maybe I'm proven wrong, and we have a great Thanksgiving here in the next few days.
Ty, I'm not trying to besmirch someone's name on the air, so if you don't feel comfortable answering, fine. Jeff Traylor, though, UTSA head coach, we know that his name has been associated in the past with Arkansas and other jobs. We know he's got a brief history there. What's the deal with Jeff Traylor? Why has nobody scooped him up? Am I missing something?
So the deal with Traylor, legendary high school coach, I know that UTSA is having a down year relative to what he's done since he got to San Antonio. And that's who had no football history prior to him. But I think he's just too closely connected to Chad Morris. Heck, there are Arkansas fans that don't want them to hire Eric Morris because he has the same last name as Chad. Which
wow. That dude can coach. That dude can coach.
He is. And you get Messmaker with him, so that'd be nice, or you probably would. But I think that's the Traylor. That's why he's not going to be hired of Arkansas. But I mean, Traylor, I feel bad because like all of his good players have gotten poached out of the portal, and he was packed off. He's talking about that in the off season, and he's talked about it during the season. But he is a really, really good football coach, whether it's the high school level, and I think we've seen it at the Group of 5 level in college too.
All right, Ty, can we finally put the Petrino stuff to rest? Is there any hope, any sliver that he could potentially still find himself in a position to get the head coaching job? I know, right? You know, maybe it looks different, right? If you had gotten that win over A&M or LSU or pulled an upset over Texas, but with him going winless in the interim, is it safe to say that he's out of contention there?
Like 1%, Conrad. I just don't expect it to happen. As you said, you're 0-6. You're going to be 0-7 after Saturday when they lose to Missouri, probably in heartbreaking fashion. So, yeah, I do not expect him to be named Arkansas head coach.
Probably in heartbreaking fashion.
Guys.
No, that's the way it goes down. I agree.
It's been painful. I like Auburn has had a disastrous season, and yet they went on the road and picked off Arkansas 3 times, forced a turnover, and ended the game with 4 straight turnovers. I mean, it's just like I can't even begin to tell you what it's like to watch this football team week in, week out, and the way they lose games. They made Arch Manning look like preseason Arch Manning last week. He had 6 total touchdowns. I mean, it is the worst defense that they have had since I've been alive, and the offense loves turning the ball over. I mean, I literally think we could throw Conrad out wide, and he would have a better chance of holding on to football than some of our running backs and wide receivers at the time.
Will we get more pictures of your brother? That's what I want to know.
Because
that was a distraught football fan.
Yeah, I think I advertised myself as a pretty big racist back then, and my brother takes it to extreme lengths. And after that Ole Miss game, I thought he was just in the worst place he's been in quite some time, and yet we had similar circumstances like that. They're preceding like 7 games.
You know, you mentioned that Auburn-Arkansas game, and I actually out loud said, watching that fourth quarter, wow, I guess it could always be worse. You could be Arkansas.
Well, that is the perfect, accurate depiction of what it feels like to be an Arkansas fan. I mean, I think about this rivalry weekend. Like, even if I'm an Auburn fan, like you're probably trying out Deuce 9. Like, I'm excited to see what you can do against Alabama. There is no hope in Fayetteville on this upcoming Missouri game. There is not a single fan, probably a single coach or player that thinks they're going to win this football game this weekend. And for Beulah or Zollers, whoever their offense hasn't been good. They got Hardy, who's one of the best, if not the best running backs in college football. But my goodness, guys, it is as worse as it's been for Arkansas fans dating back to the Chad Morris days. It is bad.
I wanted to ask you, not the final prediction of who's going to win the Iron Bowl, not a final prediction of who's going to be the head coach at Arkansas. Who's going to win the Lane Kiffin sweepstakes?
You want to hear my theory?
Sure.
Yes.
So I think Lane Kiffin. So he reportedly meets with Keith Carter, Ole Miss athletic director, Arkansas native, this past week. And I think they have concocted, and I think it was Lane. I don't think Carter. He just kind of is going along for the ride. I think Lane has told both Florida and LSU he's coming, and I think he's going to stay in Oxford. I think once the Egg Bowl is complete, and either that Friday night or that Saturday, you're going to see an announcement that Lane's like, you know what, as much as Landry wanted to go to Baton Rouge to be with Whitweek, I am staying put in Oxford, Mississippi, and going to be the Ole Miss head football coach. I could be proven wrong, and maybe the money's too big of an offer, and LSU's too much of a draw. But, guys, I think he's going to swindle us all and stay at Oxford, Mississippi.
That is Tye Richardson. You can spray paint it on the wall right there. That
right.
prediction. It's happening. All right, we'll let you get back to your golf game. Sorry, didn't mean to take you away from the driving range. Just go hit
Guys,
another bucket of balls.
We got to get as much practice in before this.
Do you wear the FootJoy winter weather gloves? Do you get out there? Are you battling when it's like 30 degrees? Because I'll go out there. I'll play.
You know how it is, Landon. When you pay these dues, you don't want to light money on fire each month. You got to persevere.
Yeah, I like going out there when there's nobody out there, and it's just me and bone cold
In the
freezing.
elements.
Yeah, I feel like I'm somewhere over the pond playing for high stakes.
Yeah.
All right, Ty, have a happy Thanksgiving, and hopefully we'll see you soon.
All right, boys. Later.
See
Bye,
ya.
Ty. All right.
Man,
Basketball can't get here quick enough, right?
especially for those people.
Maybe some baseball, but yeah, does that it just never stops,
No,
does it?
it doesn't.
It doesn't stop.
No.
You try to point out a bright spot of the program, and it just ends in heartbreak.
I just love him. Yeah, it's going to end in heartbreak this Saturday. Nobody believes they're going
Is that Drink's last hoorah at Missouri?
to. Yeah, might be.
Who wants him?
Well,
Arkansas?
Apparently,
Not Arkansas.
his odds have slipped according to Vegas. Now Bob Chesney, Kenny's not cousin, is the odds-on favorite for that job.
I don't think anybody right now is lined up for his services.
I just love the people don't want Eric Morris because he has the last name.
Same last name.
No relation, but the same last name. People can't do it.
Yeah.
It just
All
means
right.
more.
We will continue on. Top of the hour, Dimitri Ravanos as we roll on this Tuesday from Three Man Front.
12:51. Welcome back. It's 3-Man Front on this Tuesday. The rain has subsided, but maybe a little more rain. Hopefully it'll clear out. We'll have nice weather for the Thanksgiving holidays. All of you be safe in your travels, whether it's here locally to see family across the state or you are traveling abroad today. What, the busiest travel day? Is that right? Of the season, officially. Thankfully, we have all of our air traffic controllers that are back at full staff.
Yep. Thankfully.
Yeah, good time to get that done.
Can you imagine?
Kind of. But no.
I mean, you've had to deal with a little bit of some
I had to
complications.
deal with it with chartered flights.
Yeah.
Cannot imagine. No, I can, and I'd go crazy.
Yeah.
I'd have to rent a car. And as much as I hate driving, I would just drive.
Or go get a courtesy GMC for $1,000 off when you mention Pat Smith's birthday.
There it is. Nice, Conrad.
Shameless plug.
Look at
Nice
you.
job, Conrad.
Look at you. Getting above the rim.
I tried.
Throwing it home. How about our friends at the Finnick? Well, tomorrow night, all the way through Monday Night Football, you can enjoy the Finnick, whether it's college basketball, whether it's the Iron Bowl coming up Saturday. Enjoy the Finnick. Whether you're Auburn, whether you're Alabama, ask the bartenders about the Iron Bowl drink specials that they have, all the great shareables. They also have wonderful hand-cut steaks in-house, Gulf seafood that they ship in fresh. Wonderful environment. You can check out all the video boards, the live acoustic music, Wednesday through Friday from 5:30 to 8. They got live bands that crank up at 10 o'clock on Fridays, and then all weekend long, all the way through Monday Night Football. You get the NFL, you get college football, and that's it. No music to distract you. It's the Finnick, 1630 2nd Avenue South near Railroad Park.
All right, so a lot of us are fixated on what's going to happen this weekend in Lee County between Auburn and Alabama. But there's another big rivalry going on that Molly cares a lot about, and it's Nebraska and Iowa. And so last night, George Kittle was on with Van Pelt right after Monday Night Football.
Is this the old creaky bucket? What is it?
I don't know. What's it called, Molly?
It's the Heroes Trophy.
I like the creaky bucket. That sounded fun.
Okay. All right. Well, here's George Kittle being questioned about the game coming up.
Guy that's he's got a burgeoning media career that's busting with the boys and all that. He's a Nebraska guy. I don't know how he's doing after what happened in State College. I don't know if you want to address him directly, or this floor is yours as it relates to Iowa and Nebraska.
Hey, Will Compton, didn't really appreciate your voice memo on the day of my Monday Night Football game talking crap to me about Nebraska, Iowa. Didn't settle with me. You know what? I didn't like it. And, you know, that's the type of thing Nebraska does. They take cheap shots. You know, hey, I'm preparing for a Monday Night Football game at Nebraska, Iowa. You're terrified. Fired their coach us by 30? Are you kidding me? I was going to come in there, run the ball down your throat, and there's nothing you can do about it. Sit on the bus that doesn't go anywhere and shut your mouth.
Oh, wow.
Whoa. Ooh, fighting words there.
Well, it sounded playful in the beginning, but that.
And George Kittle seems like such a nice guy.
What did you think about that Nebraska graduate,
That did
Molly?
not end the way I was hoping it would.
I mean, he's not wrong. We did lose by 30.
But that's because you took 2 weeks to prepare for Iowa, right, Molly?
Yeah, we're going to be extra prepared for the Hawkeyes.
That's right. That's right.
Bring home that old splintered bucket.
Creaky bucket.
Creaky. But what was the old wooden bucket? Who is that, Minnesota and somebody?
Probably.
They got a lot of names up there.
Sounds like it.
This is for the Heroes Trophy, though.
It's a big one.
It was a big one.
Dimitri Ravanos is going to join us. He's probably depressed today because the Panthers lost last night on Monday Night Football.
Meat.
I bet he's got some good name ideas for certain rivalries we get.
That'd be a fun bubble bath.
Oh, it would. Aren't bubble baths always fun?
They are.